Hello and welcome to this series of Let's Solve Together. We would not only be solving the questions, but we would also be looking why a particular answer is the most correct in a particular situation. Because as you know that the PMP gives us a lot of situation-based question wherein the correctness of answer depends merely on the particular situation or the premise in which the given question holds true. Okay, so start. What is the primary purpose of a project? Okay, so this is a very straight question from the PMBOK Guide 7th edition. If you see the definition of a project, what it is, it says that project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or results. Okay, it's a temporary endeavor. So the first option to support an ongoing business operation no, no, that's not what the project is for. To support an ongoing business operation, you have operational day-to-day activities. So the second option, to create a unique product or service or results. This seems more suitable directly out of this definition. I think B would only be the correct answer, but we would look at the other options as well. To improve existing process indefinitely. Indefinitely, this is no-go. It's an incorrect word because the project is a temporary endeavor. If you do something indefinitely, it's not a project. To ensure consistent output with no end date, that again means indefinitely, right? And this goes against the definition of a project. A project is a temporary endeavor, so something with no end date, it's not a project. So the correct answer is B. Question number two. A project manager has been assigned to a new initiative. The sponsor emphasizes the need to deliver value early in the PMBOK 7th edition, what should the project manager focus on first? Finalizing the project schedule and budget. If he finalizes the project schedule and budget, will he be able to deliver value early? Not sure about that. Delivering all project deliverables as quickly as possible. No, for that you have timelines. So what does as quickly as possible means? It doesn't mean anything. You have to do everything as per the timeline. Okay. Identify and prioritize value delivery through project outcomes. Okay. This one seems probable and the best because if you have to deliver value early, then you have to identify values first and then you have to prioritize them, which one you wanted first and which one you wanted later. So by doing that, you will be able to deliver values early. Strictly following all the project processes from start to finish. You have to do that. You can do that in a waterfall method, but in an agile method, you need to prioritize things as and when it comes up. So this also will be incorrect. C would be the correct answer. Question number three. A project manager is balancing multiple constraints and stakeholders on a large infrastructure project. Midway through the execution, a critical stakeholder suggests a new feature that could add value but delay delivery. What should the project manager do first? Add the feature immediately to maintain the stakeholder satisfaction? No, that's not the primary objective. It will delay delivery. It's not just one stakeholder. You need to include other stakeholders as well and your team especially. So this would be incorrect. Update the schedule and inform your team to adjust timelines. This again means the same thing. Doing it immediately. Evaluate the impact on scope, schedule, and value, and initiate change control. Now, this seems something sensible to do, right? You are evaluating the scope, schedule, and value, and initiating change control. So far, this seems probable. Let us look at the other option as well. Reject the suggestion because the project is already in execution. No, you cannot do that because you need to take the words of your stakeholder, you need to take their opinion, and you need to at least see whether you are able to manage that or not. First, without checking the impact on scope, schedule, and value, you can simply reject an idea. Okay, let the team decide. Question number four. A project team is using adaptive practices. Now, the most important thing in a PMP exam setup is that you need to, keep a very good eye on the words, these special words. In a particular situation, what seems probable or what seems to be the correct answer may not be correct in another situation. So, in order to get a clear hold of the situation, you need to, you know, underline the keywords and then act accordingly. So here the keyword is using adaptive practices to deliver a digital product. Okay, an agile kind of a framework you can think. Let's see. During sprint review, the customer requests a feature adjustment, not change. It's saying adjustment. What should the project manager do next? Reject the request since it's outside the scope of the current sprint? Yes, for the current sprint, he should not take it because user stories has already been taken. But here the answer is reject the request since it's outside the scope of the current sprint. If it's outside the scope of current sprint, you cannot reject the request. You can take it for the next sprint. Add the change directly to the product backlog for future prioritization. Now, see, the keywords are feature adjustment and adaptive practices. So this seems to be a probable answer because the customer is requesting for a feature adjustment, and you should take it in the product backlog for future prioritization. Pause the sprint and implement the change immediately. Now, otherwise you'll continue pausing your projects here every now and then uh, for this customer, or for that customer, or for this particular stakeholder. So you can take it for the next product backlog, but not for immediately. Schedule a formal change request meeting with all the stakeholders. Now, this seemed to be a good answer, a better answer. But you see, in this particular, you know, setup, it talks about feature adjustment during a sprint review. It doesn't it doesn't tell you about a change. Okay. So in these two options, B seems to be more correct than D. Okay. So the last question, during the project planning, the team identified a potential risk that could significantly impact the project. What should the project manager do next? Immediately inform all the stakeholders and stop all the planning activities. Now, if you stop the planning activities, you have informed the stakeholders. What next? You are the project manager. You cannot do that. You have to, schedule your tasks and you need to keep things moving. Develop a workaround to address risks during execution. Okay, this has gone one step ahead because at this point of time, you have just identified the potential risk. Okay. Record the risk in the risk register. This is the first thing you need to do after identifying the risk, and plan a risk response strategy. This seems to be the most probable answer. Remove the activity associated with the risk to eliminate it. That's what it would be like hiding your head in the sand. If you remove it, the risk doesn't get eliminated, right? So you need to deal with that risk. You need to, first of all, register that risk and then plan a risk response strategy. So that's all in this particular video. And in the next video, we will be looking at question number 6 to 10. So stay tuned.